What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. What we're going to talk about today is Terra Luna Classic. Obviously, that's what we've been talking about for forever, and we're going to continue to talk about it because it does have a lot of hype with it. We do know what is going to happen with this position. We know that there's a lot of potential, whether we can see a 10x return or a 1000x return or a 10,000x return, right? We can see massive movement with this position, and we're really hyped to see how this grows. But a lot of people aren't familiar with everything that's going on with the 1.2% burn and why we are so hype around how much potential Terra Luna Classic has. So let me break it down really quick. If you don't know, the Terra Rebels worked on, burning off the overall Lunix supply and obviously trying to burn off the USTC supply. The way they're going to do that is the 1.2% burn that happens automatically. So through the coding that they're creating, there's different pieces. There's on chain and there's off chain, right? On chain is what they're working towards as much as they can, and that's as much as they can affect, right? With the community and their coding, that's as much as they can affect on their own chain. However, if you're looking at things that are on exchanges, you can't really affect a lot of that movement that's off the chain. That's not going to be on the Terra Classic chain. So we want to see both of those blend together. And from the announcement that we had from Binance, it made it seem like they weren't going to be doing the off-chain burns, that they were just going to be supporting the on-chain burns. And that's what we started to push towards every other CEX that's out there, except one, right? Well, technically two, right? Coinin is doing this as well, and we see that they're doing the 1.2%, and they were actually the first ones to start doing it, even before this exchange decided to do it. However, this one has a lot more volume, so they're definitely doing it in style, and hopefully we get their name out there even more to where their Twitter following grows a lot, or the following of just how many people are on the platform, how many people are using the platform goes up as well. But that platform is MEXC. I was just in a Twitter Spaces that I couldn't respond or talk to anybody in. So Twitter, if you're listening to this, fix your damn platform, because I have issues. Maybe other people have issues as well, but I don't really see a lot of people that are having tons of issues. Actually, I lied. There's a couple of people that had issues with their mic, and it didn't want to work for them in multiple Twitter Spaces. But anyways, it's enough of that. I was in a Twitter space that was related to MEXC and Terra Rebels, and Vegas and Edward Kim were there. They were talking about MEXC implementing the 1.2% burn off chain on their platform. And we're seeing the amount of burns that are going through. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like and what they talked about there. But I wanted to ask them some questions. So if they do get a chance to see this video, hopefully, some Terra Rebels or somebody can answer the question. But I want it to be done in like a public setting so that people know that it's coming from them and this is exactly what's going to happen. Does that make sense? Anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel quite a bit. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, feel free to follow me on Twitter at Perry8K. You can follow me there. I also have a Patreon that I respond to basically everybody in. I'm going to be responding to everybody that is a part of that Patreon in right after this video, right after I upload this video. So if you want to reach out to me on Patreon, go over there. The link is in the description as well. But let's talk about Terra Luna Classic, right? Let's show you guys Terra Luna Classic. And currently it's at 0.00035. We have seen an increase from where it was at a low point today, but we're not looking to get into that. We're not looking to get into all the different detail here, maybe into the volume situation, but not into all of the other detail here. But what I wanted to show you guys is that I put out a tweet just recently, and it got 300 likes, and it was an hour ago that I put it out. When you voluntarily implement the Lunic burn tax on your CEX for off-chain transactions, even though the on-chain burns aren't live yet, you are forever goated. In my opinion, I feel like they are the GOAT. Maybe you can argue that Coinin is also the GOAT if you want to check them out as well. But MEXC is doing it in style because they're burning like tens of millions of coins every time they go through these burns. And I don't know if I don't think they're automatic. I think they go day by day, that they actually burn off this amount. They collect it and then they burn it off. but they're definitely forever goated in my opinion, by doing this. And if we look at the volume that they are associated with, if we scroll down here, and maybe we can find MEXC in total. Maybe they have multiple, pairings. So let's go ahead and just do it by source. So MEXC, we're looking at a total of about 0.7% of the overall volume, right? It's USDT and USDC right there. So you're seeing about maybe 11.7 million dollars that flow through in 24 hours. You can take 1.2% of that, and you're definitely doing damage every single day that you're seeing this volume go through. And the good thing is, I think we're seeing an increase in the amount of volume in MEXC, which is kind of interesting. A lot of people said, hey, if one exchange implements the burn tax, we're not going to see more volume in that platform. We're going to see less volume because it only makes sense that investors want to make more. So they're going to end up going to a different exchange and not having the tax, affect it. But we understand that the community wants to heavily support the tax. I'm willing to take the 1.2% tax, time in and time out, literally day in and day out. And I'm sure other people are with me. They will take the 1.2% tax, and I will gladly burn off 500,000 or a million of my Terra Luna Classic in order to see the overall position run. And this is a way of accepting that. Now, it is an option. It's not something that's mandatory or standard that's going to be no matter what, it's going to happen. But with MEXC, if you're investing in there, you're doing transactions, whether it's on chain, off chain, whatever you're doing there, you're going to see the off chain transactions end up burning off. And then once the on chain transactions come into play for things like, Terra Station and Binance and all these other places that actually have on chain transactions, you can see that volume come out as well. So to say that it's hard to do. I know Binance and others have come out and said that it might be difficult to implement that. To say that it's difficult to implement, and MEXC is doing it very easily, and they're doing it in style. I feel like it's not about that it's going to be difficult to do coding wise or anything. It's difficult for your bottom line. I think that's probably where it stands. So right now, they're burning off quite a bit. Let's go ahead and check out what they are burning before we end this video. You can see here that MEXC is now reaching up to where Lunatics token actually is. Lunatics token has burned 2 billion coins, and that's a separate project that burns and gives you rewards in Terra Luna Classic. So that's a win-win situation. But then you're looking at MEXC that's in second place. And recently, if you scroll down here, you're going to see, every day right here, 22.6 million that has been burned by MEXC. You go down here to another MEXC CEX, and that's 19 million. Then you go down here, 30 million. You go down here, 130,000. Then you have 51.3 million, 56.6 million, 35.7 million, 71 million out of that. So they're definitely doing work by doing it every single day. You're seeing millions and millions that are being burned off. So in my opinion, MEXC is forever goated. If you guys want to go and check them out, I will put their link down below for MEXC Global. I don't know if it's available for everybody. I haven't checked into that detail, but I will put the link down below if you guys are interested in seeing this, burn off and being a part of the burns here before everybody else is a part of the burns. I understand how it may limit how much you can gain with transactions, but if you're looking more long-term and you're holding into it, you're holding onto it for a while, and you feel as though you're going to make those sells with a platform that's going to implement the 1.2% burn, then this is one that will do it no matter what. They will do it. Now, the one thing that I do worry about with anybody that's implementing the burns with a lower amount of volume is the liquidity side of things. How much liquidity will you have if you end up burning off all your Lunic? That's really where my mind sits. Are they going to add to liquidity as time goes on, which I would think that would be the process. But anyways, this is where we stand. It's a great deal. Obviously, I think they're doing big things. They had an AMA to where they were talking to the Terra Rebels. They were talking to people of the Terra Rebels, so leaders within the Terra Rebels. And it was interesting. So let me know what you think about this. Is this big news that we're seeing one platform do this in style with a decent size amount of volume? I mean, millions of dollars in volume versus, hundreds of thousands or maybe just $1 million in volume. We could see a lot that's burning off with this platform. But to be honest, MEXC was probably the first ones to implement any type of burn within their system by burning off their fees. But Coinin was the first one to implement the 1.2% burn within their platform. Now you can see MEXC is doing that as well. And you could see how much support we have for it because you're seeing $11 million in volume just flow through MEXC. And if Binance doesn't implement it, I'm sure that a lot of people will be willing to go over to MEXC and make those moves as well. But the problem is that Binance holds 2.5 trillion coins in their wallets. Now, are people going to move their money over from Binance to MEXC? It's possible, and that's the only way we get their attention. If people are moving their money from Binance over to this platform to burn, then you get their attention so that people don't move it off their platform. All right. So anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys follow my Patreon here. We got a number of memberships if you guys want to go and check it out. Also, if you guys want to follow any of my other YouTube channels, feel free to do that. But I'm going to get out of here and I'll catch you guys in the next video.